Now we are headed to go do the bar tour. Jason and Ray were here from the Getaway Gang last year, and they suggested that we do a tour, like a bar tour or a mixology tour. They also suggested that we do the tour that we did last night at the old jail. We really enjoyed that, and I'm hoping that we're really going to enjoy this bar tour.
I'm Bill.
I'm Kelley.
And this is our
adventures. Oh!
Here we go. Yeah.
Down here in downtown Charleston, headed to our bar tour. We start at Tommy Condom. I say it wrong. I can't even say it any other way. It just sounds. What is it? Condon. Tommy Condon. Haha. We are headed to go meet our tour guide.
Cheers. We are building forts to protect the very critical Charlestown harbor, and British warships start showing up in the Atlantic. Below Sullivan Island, where Colonel Moultrie is building Fort Sullivan, as it's called at the time. And as these British warships start showing up, he realizes he doesn't have time to finish the fort. But the slaves on Sullivan's Island recommend something odd. Recommend he cut down palmettos, just like the ones down here at the end of the street, commonly called the palm tree. There's no such thing as a palm tree. It's either a palmetto or a tree. Trees have branches, palmettos don't. They recommend they cut down palmettos and layer them around the fort with a buffer of sand. This is an idea that Colonel Moultrie writes personally in his log that he thinks is idiotic and full of ridiculousness. His words. Well, on June 28, 1776, those ships opened fire on Fort Sullivan, expecting a very quick and decisive victory over the unfinished fort. Colonel Moultrie starts to surrender the fort. It's unfinished, he's ill-prepared to defend it, and frankly, the palmettos are on fire. So as he was waiting for the smoke to clear, and as it does, he notices something odd. Those cannonballs are either bouncing off the spongy inner trunks of those palmettos or getting absorbed completely. So he waits it out. They continue to bombard Fort Sullivan for 7 to 9 hours. They can't do any real damage to the fort. Meanwhile, we are starting to take target practice on their ships out there in the Atlantic. And they started to know something familiar about the cannonballs we're firing back at them. They have such a soft landing when they fire them to us, we were able to go out and retrieve them, fire them right back to the British. We're not running out of ammunition. They eventually realize their folly and give up. It's still considered the first major victory in America's war for independence. Enthusing the other colonies, once the word gets out, that 1 week later to the day, they join South Carolina, and collectively, we declare independence on July 4th. Moultrie, well, if you've ever had a boss before, you know exactly what happens next. He takes full credit for the idea. They make him a war hero, promote him to general, and name the fort after him. Cheers, by the way. Common vessels. Common vessel, think of a tall bowl with handles on the side, or maybe like a pitcher with a handle. And everybody drank out of the same one. You just pass it around the table. I would drink it down, pass it to Bill, he passes it around, goes around the table. Now whoever finishes it buys the next one, whoever's turn it is, depending on the protocol. You know, I can't come in here all hot and thirsty, sit here and quaff half of it. Y'all been here 2 hours drinking already. So there is a protocol. If they're made out of wood, which was the most common, there'd be little pegs on the inside. Drink it out of my peg, pass it around the table. If they were made out of ceramic or earthenware, which is also common, same basic thing, but it'd have notches on the inside. You drink it out of the notch, pass it around the table. Now, if you are socially inappropriate, let's say you insulted a lady, your punishment would be having your turn skipped once or twice, and you were taken down a peg or two, or you were taken down a notch. So if you ever use those phrases, yeah, we have to take them down a peg or two. Or, hey, take them down a notch. That's pub culture. That goes back to the common vessel in pub culture. And this is an old mariner's tavern. Now this would be our bonus spot. So this is off tour if we go in. So not buying drinks, there's no food. But I do have a few pirate stories I can tell you if you want to go in. But there's a very big difference between being a privateer and a warship. A warship sinks enemy vessels, and that's its intent. A privateer wants what's on the other vessels. And that's a whole lot more difficult, because now you have to board the ship. You approach that ship. If you have multiple ships, one of your ships would be your primary ship that would come alongside. You would raise an icon in a mostly illiterate people, so an icon stating who you were. And the other ship, much like getting mugged on the city street, the victim or the prize, if there's a ship, roughly has three options. You try to flee, you fight back, or you surrender. Knowing full well surrender might not really be surrender. You might have a deterrent or a weapon. You're just waiting for the right opportunity where you can flip the script. Do y'all trust me to get your drinks?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because I kind of have an idea of what we like. A couple of beers and one non-beer. Well, with 5 P's.
Pirates, and prostitutes.
Yeah, we'll see
Pubs, politics, prostitutes, pirates.
All right, you were so close.
I remember pubs, prostitutes, and pirates. Politics.
Pubs is the one that was, you know.
That's the hard one.
Yeah.
We just needed a warning, didn't we?
You got this. Third time's the charm. Try to get 3 shots and hamburger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody's got to beat him.
Little easy on it. Little easy on it.
Old Town Road, we gonna ride till we can't no more. All right, let's get going, because that air conditioning here is working great, ain't it? Just step up on the porch for me. There you go, that'll work. I don't want to go to jail again this weekend. So first off, I want to know where everybody's from. Go. Lexington, Columbia, huh? DC, New Jersey, DC,
Alabama.
Alabama. I just love saying that.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Well, first off, thanks for stopping. For the folks that ain't on the tour, the people on tour, you don't have no damn choice. But y'all are at the tavern. This is the oldest liquor store in the United States of America. This was established in 1686. You've been in constant use ever since. The portion that you're standing in right now, this used to be the barbershop during Prohibition. Behind this lovely couple right here on the floor, you can see it when we get done, there's a trap door. From that trap door, they used to run liquor all over the city from that trap door during Prohibition.
Wow.
Yeah. Now all of that, all them tunnels they dug are all since collapsed. There's nothing down there now but dirt and that boy's ex-wife, and I don't know nothing about that. All I know, Your Honor, is he asked me to carry something heavy. That's all I know. My name is Todd. I'm with Palmetto Distillery. We're the first legal moonshine distillery in the state of South Carolina. What you good folks gonna have a chance to try today is the most awarded handcrafted small batch whiskey in the state. I got a little 105 proof triple distilled, triple filter, gonna make you country's cornbread moonshine. I have blackberry and I have apple pie. Now listen, try them all. 2 reasons. 1, it's free. 2, you're drinking out of a Jesus cup. How hard can it be? Y'all gonna be pissed because on Saturdays I use the Jesus cups because y'all going to church tomorrow. But yesterday I was using cups that day. Sorry, timing is in life is everything. So let's go ahead and get started, y'all. So what y'all looking at here is the most awarded, handcrafted, small batch whiskey in the state of South Carolina ever. For me to describe what you're about to taste is impossible. This is what whiskey tasted like in our state in 1893. Same mash bill, same barrel, same length of time in barrel. Now it's matured in new French oak, which means you're gonna get hints of vanilla, oak, smoke, caramel. You may get them all depending on your taste buds. Now it's 89.3 proof, 21% rye. Now what does that trigonometry mean to y'all? Nothing other than the fact I'm gonna tell you starts like college and finishes like kindergarten. All right? Now listen, the bottle itself is actually mastered after the bottles of the time period. Back during that time period, the state actually ran the whiskey market between 1890 and 1907. Guess what? The same governor that instituted the policy was thrown out of office in 1907 for corruption in the whiskey market. Gee, go figure. So when I pour this, I want you to smell it, shoot it, and breathe. All right? Take my horse to the old town road. We gonna drink till we can't no more. You're welcome.
Oh, yeah.
So shoot it and breathe. Now you understand why everybody in the state of South Carolina was drunk in 1893. All right, next up, we're going to do the real deal Holyfield, y'all. This is moonshine, rock gut, ditch whiskey, crack skull, stump hole, white lightning, Mountain Dew, creek water, whatever you want to call it. 105 proof, triple distilled, triple filtered moonshine. Now people ask all the time, Todd, what's moonshine? It's very simple. Write this down. We're going to have a test. Corn, yeast, sugar, water. Cook it, cool it, condense it, drip it, bottle it, drink it, fall down. Moonshine. Now what makes it so popular is not the fact that we cook it in the hills, in the stills, wear overalls and date our cousins, although my cousin kicked my No, really, what's up, bro? No, that ain't got nothing to do with it. What it has to do, my wife would kill me. What it has to do with, guys, is there's no hangover on good moonshine. So y'all can get tore up from the floor up on good moonshine. Yeah. And it actually function properly the next day. Now listen, don't drink this. I want you to smell it only, because I'm going to teach you a technique that's going to make all y'all better drink. Just follow along. Now when you smell this, you're going to smell sweet corn from the upstate of South Carolina. Now this is what we call a neutral spirit. Now what I mean by neutral, this right here will replace vodka, tequila, rum, and whiskey as long as it ain't flavored. You can do anything with good moonshine, all right? You can mix it with anything. Iced tea, Coca-Cola, Mountain Dew, Mr. Pibb, Dr. Pepper. I could Forrest Gump your ass all day, okay? All right, so now, this is the most important part for y'all. Most people, when they do shots, they do it wrong. What do I mean by wrong? Most people hold their breath, they do a shot, and the first thing we do on the back end, are you done? Yeah. Can't nothing else be expected from a man who's wearing a damn soccer shirt. What the hell is wrong with you?
Nice kid, Stephen. Nice kid.
So most people, when they do a shot over 100 proof, they do it wrong. What they do is they hold their breath, they do the shot, and the first thing you do on the back end without thinking is this. And when you do that, you've driven everything back into your lungs. It all goes this way. So I want y'all to watch me first. We're going to do this together, okay? I'm going to say to everyone, take a deep breath in. Y'all just going to do this. Don't do it now, honey. You pass out. I'll say hold. I'm going to say shoot the shine. You're going to shoot the shine and swallow it. Now you got a gullet full of shine, chest full of air. What do? I want you to put your lips together. Pretend there's a birthday cake right here and blow. By blow. I move that lady's hair. She's 5 feet from me. That is blow. This, that's a cat choking on a hairball. Don't laugh. You look like the cat lady. I want you to. Yeah. Right. So when you do that properly, what you're doing is you're removing the heat. Corn's here, whiskey's here. Everybody, take a deep breath in. Go. Hold. Shoot the shine. Swallow it. Blow.
Good.
Rednecks, the lorry.
Isn't that good? Wasn't that easy?
Never even thought about doing that that way.
That's 105 proof straight moonshine, you bunch of rednecks. I give you 2 more Jesus cups full of that, you'll be out there in the intersection with your pants off directing traffic. Berry, all natural cider, nothing artificial in this whatsoever. 45 proof. Do not take 45 proof moonshine for granted. You drink enough of this, the next warm fuzzy feel in your face. Carpet, grass, linoleum, concrete, police car, jail cell, prison. All right? Pay attention. This is really good. All right, now listen, I want you to be real careful. This is the one that'll put you in the tree naked on the internet again. I may not know your face, but I know your ass. So guys, do no special breathing, just drink it. This is like drinking juice.
You forgot to give her one.
Yeah, you skipped.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to save us from the tree incident. Guys, we're gonna do the big fan favorite, apple pie. Woo! Now listen, when y'all do this, I want you to take the shot, shoot the whole thing, do this. When you do, you're gonna get butter, crust, and pie. All right. This mixed with ginger ale makes an apple fizz. This heated up in the microwave in a coffee cup is a hot toddy at the end of the evening. This on vanilla bean ice cream will make you smack your grandma right out of her seat.
Yeah, it is so good.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
It's really good.
That's actually the first good commercial one that I've tasted.
Because we use all natural cider, nothing other. We got business. We got to pay for the trailer and the dog somehow. Right? Guys, y'all have been awesome. Thanks for your time and attention. Have a wonderful weekend in Charleston.
I was thinking about just getting one of those little...
3, 2, 1. Thanks. All right.
Man, even though it rained, it's still hotter than a well digger.
Hey, we just had an awesome time here on the Crafted Traveler Tour, and these are our new friends.
Kim from DC. Michelle from DC.
Piper from New Jersey.
If you're here in Charleston, do the Crafted Tour. It is awesome. It's probably one of the best tours that we've ever been on, and we enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to the U.S. Open tomorrow. We're going to go that tomorrow. We're not supposed to be able to take videos, so I'm going to try to take some pictures and see what I can put together for y'all. But if I can't, until next time.